The World Series postgame show on Fox is presented by Tubi. A rousing win for the Diamondbacks here in Arlington, 9-1. And they got it from all angles. Merrill Kelly was sensational on the mound. Contributions from everywhere, up and down that lineup, doing what they do, running around the bases at all costs. And a convincing 9-1 win to even this World Series. Had one game apiece, and we say welcome down the left field line here in Arlington. Derek Jeter, David Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. And we have to start there with Merrill Kelly. He was talking to Ken Rosenthal after the game. A dream come true. He was sensational. I mean, he barely even got touched in that outing tonight.
I mean, it was a masterpiece, and in many ways is what a lot of modern front offices don't value. Pitching, command, his entire arsenal, and he was in command, attacking the strike zone from pitch number one.
Without a doubt, especially against an offense that has been amazing the past couple of days. I mean, if you look at the job that Kelly did tonight, he keep hitting off of balance real well. And let me tell you, to keep that team off of balance, it takes a lot. He misses pitches very well, using his fastball, locating it, and then using the devastating breaking ball.
Yeah, I mean, he was dominant. You talk about being able to bounce back. Well, the best way to bounce back is with a starting pitching performance like we saw tonight. I mean, he was never seemed like he threw a ball in the zone. It was right outside of the zone. He was getting that pitch off the corner of the plate, and he stayed there.
Yeah, he really was just terrific, Al. I mean, just a masterpiece, as you said, and dominated this entire game. It was just never felt like the Rangers were going to break through.
It was great. It was awesome. And the thing is, like, the Ivy Leaguers, the one thing they're missing is the ability to pitch, command, sequencing. And it's about pitchability. It's not all about spin rate and, you know, velocity. It's about, you got to be able to pitch, and both these guys were great pitchers today.
Yeah, and so the Diamondbacks get even this series at 1 with a 9-1 win. Want to tell you to stay tuned for your late local news, except on the West Coast. Tommy Pham going to join us because our coverage is going to continue, post-game coverage, and that is streaming live exclusively on the Fox Sports app, foxsports.com, or the MLB on Fox social accounts right now. Here's on X. What happened to 9-3 Texas, Poppy?
Hey, remember, when I pick one, it's the opposite who is winning.
I thought you were undefeated. All right, we'll see you on digital. It's streaming in a moment. Thanks for watching us on Fox. But for continuing coverage, come on over to any of these platforms.
Damn.
Welcome back to the World Series postgame show presented by Tubi and the Diamondbacks with a big-time dominant 9-1 win here in Arlington to even this World Series at a game apiece. And now we head to Arizona. And joining us on the set is Tommy Pham. You might have to do an interview every pre- and post-game show for the rest of the World Series, Tommy. That was unbelievable.
You know, if you could guarantee win, I'm all for it.
We'll see you for game 3.
Poppy gave you the mojo beforehand. You guys, in all honesty, when you left, we were just talking about how loose it seemed. You guys seemed comfortable and loose, and that looked like it just played out on the field today.
I don't know if it's it may look like we're loose to you guys, but we're well prepared.
Yeah.
Bro, look, you look so chillax during the pregame. That, man, I'm telling you, your body language says a lot. Tell me how comfortable you are feeling at the plate right now, man. You hit a missile everywhere.
This game will humble you. You know, you know how hitting is. One day you might have a game like I had tonight, then next game you go 0 for 4, 3 Ks. So I just try to stay even keel now.
Well, I think that's all you can do. It's an easy game for you, huh? Go 4 for 4 today. You know, people, they talk about, you know, the thing about the postseason is if you struggle for a week, people say there's something wrong with you. If you do it during the course of a season, it's no big deal. Nobody knows about it, man. So 4 for 4 today. How'd you feel at the plate? You just carried it over from game 1.
I had an approach today. It worked. Had some luck on my side, but I really felt like my third at bat, I laid off those tough changeups that were starting in the zone, working away. Then my last at bat, I saw the ball a lot better, and I felt like I put a good swing on the last pitch, and I'm gonna take that going into Monday.
We were talking all along about how difficult it is to play against a team like yours. We talked about the Angels with that team for the Yankees for us. But you're going the other way, a couple bunts, home run. This is an offense that is very tough to play against. What was your approach like today, going line to line?
Sometimes you just got to take what they give you. Montgomery is a great pitcher. He has great stuff working away from right-handed hitters. You just can't do too much. And my approach, after my first at bat, when he made those nasty pitches on me, I had to go back in the dugout, recalibrate, and like say, hey, this ain't gonna work. Let me try this.
You know, everything was working for Merrill tonight. I mean, he was just superb, and you know, he's got a great story. We've talked about on the broadcast tonight what he's been through to get to this point. But what did you notice just watching him perform tonight and what he was able to do to this Rangers lineup?
He was focused. I mean, pitch after pitch, it was. I mean, you guys saw it. It was tremendous. We needed that from him. I was trying to have him go out there and pitch another inning, but you know, I'm not the manager.
So were we.
Yeah, I said the same exact
We're looking forward, man.
Yeah, you know, they talk about momentum in a series. And I always say momentum is only as strong as the next day's starting pitcher.
That's
so
true.
after the game yesterday, how are you guys feeling in the clubhouse coming into game 2?
We knew we had to get a win today. You know, I mentioned earlier how a loss like last night we could easily left last night and gone back to Arizona 0-2 or possibly been down 0-3. So we needed that from Merrill, man. That was a huge effort, tremendous effort from him. And also, I got to mention my boy Marte. I saw those names on that list. He surpassed you 18 consecutive games for the postseason record hitting streak. That's history.
That's pretty good.
Speaking about history, you guys haven't been in the World Series 2001. Your fan base is watching. They're excited. They'll be listening. That play is going to be rocking. How big was it to be 1-1 going into that great home field advantage for you guys?
Definitely. We wanted to be 1-1. We were down 0-2 in Philly, and that's not easy.
Right.
That's not easy. We definitely wanted to go back to AZ 1-1.
And tell us, how's the atmosphere? Has it been great, loud?
You know what's cool about this? Seeing the whole city support us, you know, rally behind us and support us. That's, and all the guys, the studs from the Suns come to the game. You're seeing a sold-out stadium. That's really cool. That's and makes you want to be in the postseason year after year.
That's what happened when you're playing well, man. Hey, we are on social media, Instagram, everybody just checking us out. Let's keep it real.
I love it. Get it, Poppy.
One more, everybody, come on.
Move on over.
Come on, Kevin. There you go.
Yes. Well, clearly,
Man,
clearly.
Stay hot. I got on the
Oh, he's got another one.
Let's go. My dog.
There we
Show
go.
it to them. Let's go.
I guess it goes without saying, Tommy.
Hey, you get one of those, you go 4-4-4.
Oh,
my dog. Let's go.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
I guess I should just say, Tommy, we'll see you pregame game 3. I mean, just keep it going, man.
Yeah, let's schedule a time right now.
Keep the line moving,
That's
dog.
it. Tommy Pham, 4 knocks
you, guys.
tonight and a Diamondbacks big victory. Great to see you again, Tommy, and Arizona will head on back to their home turf with a 1-1 World Series now. And he's got two of my dog shirts. How about that? Collector's items. It's unbelievable.
Those are hot. Those are hot right now.
Those are really good mojo. Really good mojo.
Yeah, I tell you, it seemed like he did not want to leave. So he may be looking for another job when he retires.
He was pretty comfortable. Listen, I guarantee, even if we don't invite him, he's going to come on the set and
he's going to be there. Oh yeah,
that is a fact. He talked about his guy Ketel Marte making history, surpassing you. Let's hear from him with our Tom Verducci.
Thanks, KB. Ketel, well, if it's a postseason game, it's a Ketel Marte base hit. 18 straight games in the postseason, a new record. What does that mean to you?
18 partidos al hilo en la postemporada con un hit. ¿Qué significa ese récord para ti ahora?
Me siento contento, gracias a Dios. Primeramente le doy gracias a Dios, ¿sabe? Por la bendición, estar saludable. Y de verdad que es algo maravilloso romper el récord de hit en postseason aquí en Grande Liga. Y nada, vamos a seguir con la misma intensidad.
Very happy. It's a marvelous thing. Happy, thankful to God. We're just going to keep continuing to do what we do.
Ketel, you've seen Merrill Kelly very good, but this is the World Series. What did you think of him tonight?
Han visto buenas actuaciones de Merrill Kelly, pero ahora, ¿qué viste hoy para él?
No, yo creo que esa es la clase de pitcher que él es. De verdad que Mero es un gran pitcher. Y esperemos en Dios que él continúe así.
That's the type of pitcher he is. We just hope he continues that way.
Cattell, Monday night, the World Series is coming back to Arizona for the first time in 22 years. What do you expect?
Lunes regresa la Serie Mundial. Después de 22 años, Arizona. ¿Qué es lo que esperas ese día?
Nada, montar un gran show, seguir jugando la pelota como estamos. De verdad que algo, me siento súper contento de pertenecer a este grupo y vamos por la corona.
Put together a great show, just like we have. We're going for the crown. Put together a good show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to you, KB.
All right, Tom, thanks. Yeah, how about this? Longest postseason hit streaks. He's got the most now. He passed our guy, the captain, Manny Hank, 18 games in a row with a hit for Cattell Marte, and he knew it, and Tommy Pham knew it too. And we're on digital right now. You know, we had to get the late local news on Fox, so we're on digital. You guys are big on
I'm on
social.
live, Kevin. I'm on live.
Wow, we're
Say
on
hello.
multiple streams
Yeah.
at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Fox.
What a lion.
Yeah. We're on
What's
live.
happening?
There's the captain. We're going live.
Is this like Ghostbusters Don't Cross the Streams? There's like multiple
I think
streams
so.
going at the same time?
I think so.
I'm a little confused.
Hey, you know how you say Que Leon in English?
Que Leon.
What a lion.
What a lion.
There we go. I say that all the time at home. You know, it's funny, Alex, you pointed this out. Arizona is really outplayed with. You take away Corey Seager's home run, they've thoroughly outplayed them and essentially has beaten their top two pitchers here. I know it's going back 1-1, but they have to feel really good going back home.
Let me tell you, we sat here a few days ago and we said, hey, Diamondbacks are for real. They're not a good team. They're a great team.
Yeah.
And they're a great matchup for the Rangers and for most of the teams in baseball because most teams don't bunt as much as they bunted 36 times to lead the league. They steal bases. We talked about a track meet. They have pitchers that are not only exit velo and, you know, spin rate. These guys can pitch. And if this was a boxing match, they've played 20 innings. Here's my scorecard. 18 rounds to the Diamondbacks and 2 to the Rangers. So it's 1-1 going back to best of 5.
Rocky.
I mean, no matter how you look at it, it's 1-1.
1-1.
Right? So as good as Arizona feels going home, Texas feels good going on the road because playing on the road does not faze this group. So, look, I understand that, you know, people can say that Arizona's outplayed them for 2 games, but
It's 1-1.
Texas, it's 1-1.
It's
and
1-1.
They showed up, and I tell you, it's going to be an exciting series. We expected it to be an exciting series. Everyone around the world's getting a chance to see just how good this Arizona team is. In Texas, they're going to bounce back. I'm telling you.
You know, they like the road. We know that.
They love the road.
They love going on the road.
Let's not forget, guys, they beat the Philadelphia Phillies. They beat a really good ball club. They kind of play like them a little bit, but they also had the power game going on too, and they beat them at their house.
Yeah, they did.
So I'm not surprised with what they're doing against Texas. I mean, these guys, they take advantage of every single opportunity that they get during the game. Man in second duel, boom, base. They walk, they bunt, and then all of a sudden, home run. I mean, it's hard to be a team that is playing like that, and they're performing for Kelly tonight.
Yeah.
But I tell you also, they got 7 of their 9 runs today with 2 outs. That's a backbreaker for a pitching staff.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
sure
one
is.
pitch from getting out of it, and they give up 7 runs.
And
with
I'll
2
tell you
outs.
what else, Derek, is they're a team of adjustments. And yesterday, they had 10 strikeouts and 10 walks, their pitching staff. Today, 10 strikeouts, 0 walk until that last one in the 9th. But, I mean, to go from 10 walks to 1, that's a team that adjusts, and that's a winning team.
You know, this game, it was a 2-1 game in the 7th, by the way. You know, we played 9-1. It kind of got away at the end, but it was a 2-1 game in the 7th. Alec Thomas, who we had on the pregame, too, he had another great night, a couple hits. So he starts it off with a double. And then Longoria comes up, and it just kind of changed the game. He drove him in, made it 3-run, and you noticed a little nuance defensively on the play, right?
And Kevin, and before we show you this video, just like you do in the football game tomorrow, when you have a very strong running game, it opens up the passing game. The same is true in baseball. When you're able to bunt, and we'll show you the video right here, Longoria on his first at-bat bunts, probably on his own. But as a result, look what the third baseman is playing, right? 27 other teams are playing back because you don't bunt. Teams do not bunt. By the way, Trey Turner did not bunt with the Phillies, and that's probably why they're home. So the bunt in the next at-bat draws in the third baseman, and boom, there's the double, maybe the play of the game.
They got concerned.
That's right.
Because of the first at bat. You know, he went on his own, he bunt. Now the third baseman is thinking, man, this guy bunts the first at bat. Now he got many seconds. He probably do it again. Yeah. And then that's why the ball came through. But let me tell you, that tells you how these guys are going by the business. They're not being selfish when it comes down to play the game. Okay, I'm gonna try to do my job so that I can pass the torch to the next guy, and that's how you win ball game.
I follow everything you guys just said right there, but if they thought Longoria was going to bunt again, that's bad thinking. Come on, man. The guy, he doesn't bunt. He did it once. He's not going to do it again. So if they were playing up for a bunt in that particular situation, that's a mistake on their part.
But, Derek, the fact that we're having this debate is
right.
good baseball because the front office today don't believe in bunting.
Yeah.
So the fact that the manager has to make a decision, and then not only that, then the first pitch they go to second. So as an infielder, it is a nightmare to play against a team like the Diamondbacks.
Well, and then later that inning, Perdomo had a sac bunt. Carroll drove him in, made it 4-1, and that was really the game. I mean, again, they added on 5 runs last couple of innings. But, I mean, 10 different Diamondbacks had hits tonight. That's all you needed to know. Everyone really contributing. And so now we shift to Arizona, and the probables for Game 3 look like this. Max Scherzer will make his 3rd postseason start. Brandon Pfaadt, who was just sensational in getting Arizona back in the series in Game 3 of the NLCS. You just wonder when you look at this, it feels like it's going to be a heavily involved bullpen game, Derek, right? I mean, that's just. I mean,
look at the drum, Kevin. We're on digital.
We are in digital.
The what?
The drone.
Oh.
It's up there somewhere. There it is. Right there.
What?
It's hovering above us.
Oh.
You get the idea.
Sorry, what was the question?
I don't remember, Derek. I don't remember.
The Cowboys at noon. No.
I was good. How many yards does Tony Pollard have tomorrow? What? No, the question was, it feels like with the starters, and we'll see, it feels like a game that could be heavily involved with the bullpen. No disrespect, but we don't know what we're going to get from Max, right? He's battled the injury, just coming back from that. And Pfaadt, he's been on a lower pitch count. He had that one gem against Philadelphia. But it might be a big bullpen game in Game 3.
Maybe. I think when you talk about Max, I think if you're the Texas Rangers, you have to prepare for it being a bullpen game because you don't know what you're going to get. You'll be pleasantly surprised if he goes 5-6 innings, but I don't think you can plan for it. In terms of Pfaadt, he's been outstanding. I think he just needs to continue doing what he's doing. You don't know if the nerves are going to settle in because it's the World Series. Yep. But, we're going to see. That's why you don't play these games on paper. You look at the stats. You think you know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen.
I tell you what, I had the feeling that Max going to be better than his last 2 outings. But Brandon Pfaadt, man, he just nasty. I mean, I watched the last game he pitched against Philadelphia. It seems like they were having issues picking the ball out of his hands. They couldn't hear him. I mean, and the guy, the best thing that he got under his belt right now that go under his favor is that this guy haven't seen him much, and that helped a lot.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Poppy. I think Scherzer is going to pitch better in Game 3. I was just my strategy would have been to pitch him in Game 4 because he's coming back from an injury. I don't want to stress his arm to have to pitch 3 and possible 7. So I would have pitched him Game 4, and then I would have had him definitely in the bullpen for Game 7. But you know what? Bruce Bochy has 3 championships. There's a reason why.
We'll see how it plays out. So we're talking baseball here in the World Series. Arizona evens it up. Talking football. Cowboys, Rams tomorrow. Of course, we've got to talk basketball here with an NBA owner. T-Wolves tonight win by 16.
Yeah! Against the Miami Heat.
Big W.
I mean, there you go. Anthony Edwards with a nice little night. 7 of 7 dimes, 7 of 6.
Man. Hey,
spread it around.
Want to go where the money at?
Edwards has the money now.
Yeah, no kidding. Well deserved. My local guys in Miami weren't too happy, but you know what? Good win for Minnesota.
There we go. So we're covering all
love
sports
for them, buddy.
Here tonight. There you go.
Love and business.
Good news, Poppy. In this Cookie Monster theme that started last night with Corey Seager throwing him a cookie, we have a surprise for you.
What you got?
Bring it on out, Karen. What do we have?
All right, Karen.
It's a real tray of cookies.
What?
Oh,
that's real chocolate chip cookies.
Hey, those cookies look delicious.
Believe it or not.
I'm gonna begin to be a monster later.
You want to know who made these? Fergie Jenkins' wife made these for you. How about that?
Fantastic.
The great Fergie Jenkins. Check it in for the show.
Because of her.
Absolutely. Get in there.
Good cookies.
Fantastic.
Come on, Cup.
You know,
yourself.
I think
I know you'll be crushing some of them later. Hey, come on.
Let me tell you something. The captain is big into his chocolate chip cookies.
I do.
He used to have one
enjoy.
before every game, right, G?
I enjoy.
And the
Yes.
pizza.
the pizza too. I think we've officially crossed the stream.
Fergie, to you and your wife, thank you very much.
Kevin, I do have a question.
We're at 20 minutes and 4 seconds. It's time to go.
KB, you're always asking the questions. I have a question for you.
Please ask.
You have a game that starts at noon tomorrow across the street.
Yes, right over there.
I know you're excited. Poppy said, how does he go from one stage to the other? What time do you wake up in the morning to get ready for
For
that
real,
game?
for real.
I'll wake up at probably 7 tomorrow.
Okay.
Get out the door at 8:30.
What will you do then?
I will brush my teeth, take a shower, have some coffee.
Go to the gym?
Are you a workout
Hell
guy?
no.
No. Okay. All right.
You think I'm going to the gym at 7 in the morning? Come on. Poppy, I thought you knew me better than that.
Oh, boy.
You look good, baby. You look good.
I love you. There you go. Hey, stay right here because now on this stream, Ben Verlander and Alex Curry, they're over there, and they're ready to continue to break down the game on Flippin' Bats. Guys, all yours. Take it away.
Ben, where are you?
What is up, everybody? Welcome into Flippin' Bats. Game 2 of the World Series is done. The Diamondbacks with a big blowout victory here tonight. I am joined, as always, by Alex Curry. Alex, we're heading to Phoenix, and this series is all tied up 1-1.
Oh, yeah. No, the D-backs came to play tonight. We talked about it in the pregame show. They've been here before. They went down early in the NLCS and came back to win that series. And this entire team was playing with that kind of confidence out here tonight. So, which is also really impressive because when you think about it, majority of this team is playing in their first World Series. So when you look at what they did last night and then what they were able to do again here tonight, are you confident this is a team that can go all the way and win this series?
I absolutely am. The Snakes wrangled the Rangers here tonight in Arlington. They dominated this game, and it started with Merrill Kelly on the mound. He was so good. It felt like a must-win start for this team. And we caught up with Tommy Pham after the game. We'll hear that in a little bit. But he talked about how this game was a must-win. And Merrill Kelly on the mound, one of their top 2 starters this year, went out, and he dominated. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 9 strikeouts in what was truly a great performance. Look, this is also a good story for this guy. He's a Scottsdale kid. He went to Arizona State. He's playing for his hometown team. And it wasn't a typical journey for him. He had to go pitch in South Korea, where that's what led to him getting signed by the Arizona Diamondbacks. So his path isn't the typical drafted to play college, drafted to play minor league baseball, shoots up through the system, makes it to the big leagues. No. This hometown kid went through a lot to get to where he is, and where he is right now is pitching his hometown team to now a tied series in the World Series, which is just so cool for him. So it started on the mound, dominance from Merrill Kelly, and then it went to this offense. What makes these Snakes dangerous? It's their speed, and it showcases itself every single night. It showed itself last night. Alex, they dominated that game last night, and obviously things didn't work out in their favor in the 9th inning, but tonight, again, dominated, and it's a lot of what happens on the bases. This series, they have 5 stolen bases, 4 infield hits, 4 sacrifice bunts. There's teams around Major League Baseball that didn't sacrifice bunt 4 times all year. It just doesn't happen in baseball anymore. And you just heard the crew talk about it, how much bunting is out of baseball in this day and age, but not with this team, not with the Diamondbacks. Sack bunts in the last 2 World Series combined, 0. Sack bunts by the Diamondbacks through the 3rd inning of Game 2 in this World Series was already at 2. So every batter contributed tonight. Every batter in the starting lineup had a hit. All this damage was done with only 1 homer, and that speaks to what this team does on the bases. You never see it anymore, and it's kind of refreshing.
It is.
You get on base, you hit a single, you walk, you steal a base, you get bunted over to third base, and then a guy comes up with a big clutch hit. That's so much fun. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch this team go about it. It's not, look, trust me, I love homers. Homers are fun. You hit the ball out of the yard, fireworks go off, it's great. The Rangers do it great. But the Diamondbacks aren't here because of home runs. They're here because they create chaos. And I know that's become this statement, And what does it even mean? Great, they're creating chaos. No, I'll tell you what it means. It means they're out there stealing bases. It means they're making pitchers uncomfortable. That's what's huge about this, is getting the other team uncomfortable on the mound. You think them putting up 9 runs on double-digit hits is a coincidence? You think it's just a bunch of singles? No, they make the opposing pitcher uncomfortable every single time they get on base. And one of the best relief pitchers for the D-backs, Kevin Ginkel, who's been great as their 8th inning guy, we caught up with him pregame and asked all about stolen bases, and as a pitcher himself, how uncomfortable does it make you? And he said, I hated pitching against our team and inter squads because every time they got on base, you just feel like they're going to steal bases, and then it starts making you uncomfortable. And as a guy myself, I pitched in college. I pitched and hit there. I hated when guys got on first base. Not because I just, not because I gave up a hit. It's because I was so uncomfortable with the guy behind me, if they were a fast guy, knowing that they're going to try and take off. And then what happens? I'm paying so much attention to that guy behind me on first base that I'm leaving pitches more out over the plate. So all these hits tonight that they ended up getting, they might not happen if it weren't for the chaos on the bases, because pitchers are then more apt to make mistakes in the strike zone. And I feel like that's what we saw here tonight, and that's what makes these Arizona Diamondbacks so good. So what's next for this team? Now they get to go back home where they took 2 of 3 from the Phillies.
Yep.
Alex, and now you win one on the road. The longer this series goes, I think it benefits the D-backs more and more. If you're the Rangers, I think if this series ends in 4, or it can't end in 4 anymore, but if you're the Rangers, you're going to win this series in 5 games. If it comes back here and it gets to a 6 and a 7, that benefits the Arizona Diamondbacks. And we saw it in Philly. Their closer, Paul Sewald, talked about it. We were able to come back in this series because we were able to make those adjustments, and we already see it here tonight. They're making those adjustments, Alex.
I mean, it's huge to go back home with the series tied, opposed to the NLCS last time when they went home down 2 games, which, by the way, they were completely fine because they came back and won the series. You talked a little bit about Merrill Kelly. He was a big reason they won this game. Was this the most important start of his career?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the first World Series start of his career and the biggest game of his career, and he stepped up with a dominant performance in this game tonight. They absolutely needed it. He showed up when it mattered most here in the World Series. Another guy that showed up when it mattered most in this World Series, by the way. You can talk about all the chaos that was created out on the bases. Well, Tommy Pham went 4 for 4 at the plate tonight. He was awesome. A guy that the Diamondbacks traded for at the trade deadline this year, kind of an under-the-radar pickup. He's been perfect for this team. And after the game, I caught up with him. Tommy, 4 for 4 tonight, man, to start the game. Unbelievable performance here tonight. How important was it for you guys to come out and take this game on the road and have such a dominant performance here tonight?
Must-win game. We, yesterday, tough loss. We didn't want to go back to Arizona 0-2. And those kind of losses from yesterday could really carry you, for a week's worth of losses. We didn't want that drag going into AZ, so big win.
This team does things a little differently offensively, and you look up at the end of the night and there's 9 runs put up, but it's not always the home run. You guys, it's chaos, right? You guys get on base, singles, bunt guys over, steal bases. How much of an emphasis has this team put on running the bases aggressively and putting pitchers in a awkward, uncomfortable position?
We've really embraced it, but we use it to our advantage. You see, pitchers are uncomfortable, always having to work quick, and we're aggressive. I was too aggressive tonight, but you learn from your mistakes and you keep it going.
What happened out there? Are you trying to go on a one look and he looked back at you?
They did their homework, so kudos to them. You learn from it, you keep it going. I got to stay aggressive. I can't change who I am. I just learn, and the next opportunity, when it presents itself, I'll be ready.
Tommy, as one of the few vets on this team, I want to ask you about a guy like Corbin Carroll. He's becoming a superstar in front of everybody's eyes. From your perspective, talk to me about Corbin Carroll and what he's meant to this team.
He's a stud. Great parents. I mean, his mom and dad have done a tremendous job with him. He's a very hard worker. Sky's the limit for him. And also Marte, man. Marte made history. Consecutive hitting streak in the postseason. So salute to him.
Tommy, congrats, man.
Thank you.
What a guy. And I saw him when you were about to do the interview kind of shake you off like, nah, I'm not going to come talk to you. You're friends with him?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, that was either really funny or good job getting him anyway.
You know what I like? And every single, I like Corbin Carroll. Every single person that we talk to comments on Corbin Carroll's parents.
Yes.
Everyone. Everybody we talk to about Corbin, they all say he's got great parents. And I love it because I met them at the All-Star game and we had a great conversation. And I walked away saying, Corbin Carroll's parents, they're great. And I just don't, everybody's talking about it. It's great. Tommy was awesome, by the way. Thanks for him for joining us.
Didn't Corbin's parents drop him off at his first big league game? That happened?
So
that was a thing too? Like, they're very involved.
That was this year.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think it was his first big league game, but pictures came out, and that's when everybody started saying, wow, Corbin Carroll's dad is Ben Verlander in 20 years.
And they both love Corbin so much, so it makes sense.
And then his mom at the All-Star game goes, I kind of see it.
I know, everyone sees it. I love. Basically, you're an honorary Corbin
Carroll.
Carroll. A Carroll.
I'm a Carroller.
You're a Carroller. All right, let's move on to the Texas Rangers because a red-hot offense that has just been on their hot streak, we talk about how streaky they are all the time, was completely silent tonight. Now, do you credit that to either Merrill Kelly, you got to tip your hat to him, or is it something that the Rangers were doing wrong at the plate?
If you're the Texas Rangers, you've been hot. You've been the hottest team in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
If you're them tonight, if you're heading on that plane to go out to Arizona, you don't think for 1 second about a bad performance at the plate tonight.
Okay.
You tip your cap to Merrill Kelly and say, sometimes you just get got. Sometimes it's the other guy's night.
Yeah.
And tonight it was his night. There's nothing you can do about it. It's a 1-1 series. You feel completely fine right now. That's the thing about where we are right now in this series. Everyone feels fine.
Yeah.
If you're the D-backs, your goal when you go on the road for those first 2 games is to win 1. Just get 1. If you're the Rangers, you feel like, okay, we want to go 2-0, but we dominate on the road. We've won 8 straight road games in the playoffs. That doesn't happen. They're great on the road. So nobody feels like they're out of it at this point. I think we should be buckling up for a long series here because everybody, it's never happened before where you get a 7 in the NLCS, 7 in the ALCS, and 7 in the World Series.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There is a chance, but they need to go as their stars go.
Yeah.
And they didn't go tonight. Simeon, Seager, Carter, Garcia, 1 for 12 with 6 Ks tonight. So they just can't do that. If you want to win, you have to do better than that at the plate if you're the Texas Rangers. So that's how they win, Alex. That's what they got to do on the road. But again, how are they feeling? Completely fine.
I can see that. Yeah. I mean, they both were. Like, even pregame down here, both these teams had complete confidence. And obviously, Rangers have also been in this situation. And they're going to be – both of these 2 teams went down early in the last series and came back to win it. So neither of them are worried at all. But let's focus one more time on tonight. Who was your player of the game?
My player of the game tonight has to be Merrill Kelly for what he did on the mound. Dominant, great stuff, great story, 7 innings, only 3 hits, the 1 earned run. Congrats to him on an awesome start, his first World Series start, and dominated. And Tommy Pham mentioned it, must-win game. And that's what it was here tonight, and he stepped up in the biggest moments. But, Alex, he wasn't my player of the game, but we have to mention Ketel Marte.
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me with what this guy has done? 18 straight postseason games with a hit to start his career, but 18 straight in general is an all-time record, breaking the guy that just tossed it over to flipping bats and Derek Jeter, who is at 17. Ketel Marte passed him 18 games straight, the longest in MLB history. We're watching history
on
here,
both sides,
everyone. On both sides. This series so far has Adolis Garcia, who's been making history every time he steps out on the field. 5 straight games with a homer, all the consecutive multi-RBI games. And now we have Ketel Marte on the other end, 18-game consecutive hit streak, winning America tacos on the bases. He is the hero we all needed for the tacos. Congratulations to Ketel Marte.
Yeah, no, this has been great. I mean, what we're getting when you weren't expecting this matchup in the World Series, the performances, the streaks, the history, the superstars that are being born in this World Series, it's something special to witness because these are names that we're going to know and be following for an extremely long time. But we're heading to Arizona tomorrow. We got Game 3 on Monday. It's tied at 1 apiece. This is actually the D-backs' first time going home since their last home game in the NLCS because they went straight from Philly to here. So you know they're going to be excited to get back home. We've got a good pitching matchup here. Rangers have Max Scherzer going. He's gotten better in his last 2 starts, but we still don't know what we're going to get for him. But then the D-backs have Brandon Pfaadt, who pitched in Game 7 and helped them get to this point.
Yeah, Brandon Pfaadt has been great on the mound, another underrated pitcher for these Diamondbacks, but they're not here in the World Series if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
So we're going to get an interesting pitching matchup again, and every time I say that is because you don't know what you're getting from Max Scherzer at this point. In fact, you have really no idea what you're going to get from him. I do know that we were out here doing our show last night, and it was about midnight. Max Scherzer comes out of the dugout, goes out to start throwing his bullpen, passes by me, looks at me, and goes, "Holy shit, what a game." And then goes out at midnight to start throwing his bullpen. That guy's locked in. That guy's ready. And if you don't believe it, look into his eyes. The 2 different colored eyes will get you. We'll get you every single time.
I mean, every time he's pitched and he gets taken out on a short leash, obviously, because he's coming off of an injury, he doesn't want to come. He wants to stay out there. He wants to fight. So if he is healthy, feeling good, he is going to give it everything he's got. And hopefully he gets back to a portion of what he was before the injury.
Absolutely. So that'll be a good pitching matchup to watch out for. Alex, I'm a little disappointed in myself. Tommy Pham, 4 for 4 tonight. Had him on the show. Coming out, I wanted to say that he was fantastic tonight, and I forgot to do it. Damn it.
Well, you just did it, and your voice cracked, so it was even better. Everybody wins, and we win because we're heading on the road. Tomorrow, Flippin' Bats are back. We're not road tripping this time. We're flying, but we're going to have all the content for you. We're going to have so much fun, so make sure you follow along all of the social media because we're going to bring you along for the ride. That's what we do. We like to have a good time.
We will be live out in Arizona every single game, pregame and postgame as we are now. But it's been a lot of fun here in Arlington, Alex. I got my cowboy boots on. It's time to giddy up and get on out of here.
Haven't given them up yet.
Well, that does it for here.
Giddy up and get out of here.
Giddy up and get on out of here.
I got that a little late. Okay, cool. Cool. All
right, Flippin' Bats is hitting the road. We will see you all from Arizona. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you're subscribed wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify. We're also on all social media, including YouTube, where you can watch every single thing we do. We're on TikTok, where you can watch all of our videos, watch every show live as well. So make sure you check all of that out. But that does it for here for games 1 and 2. We are heading to Arizona. Thank you all for listening.